What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. Today, you're going to be watching some Shipment gameplay. Shipment has finally entered Call of Duty Vanguard. It doesn't feel like that long. It feels like, what, 2 weeks or something? It's pretty much been the 2-week mark since Vanguard has released. I figured I'd give kind of another updated review of my thoughts, you know, kind of a little bit past the honeymoon phase, but not quite into Season 1 yet. I figure I'll do a video like this every couple of weeks just to, you know, kind of give you guys my thoughts on, you know, if things change, if I start to dislike it, if I start to like it more. So if you're interested in my thoughts on this video in particular, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I think you're watching 2 Shipment gameplays here, both of which are mediocre. I think I like a 2 or 3 KD actually. I think I'm just messing around. I'm pretty sure I just go for some launcher kills. I'm also using like the MP40 and maybe the Type 100 as well. Shipment, let's talk about Shipment. Let's start here. Shipment is just like other shipments in terms of like the chaos, right? You're always going to be running into people. You're going to be spawning in people's buttholes. You're going to be seeing people magically appear. You're going to be seeing dogs just magically appear. Like, it's just such a small map to the point where you're going to notice, you know, flaws. Most of the time the flaws are going to be spawns. Sometimes it's going to be, you know, your UAV doesn't work, or sometimes it's going to be you're going to be shooting a UAV and unfortunately you're going to die or something like that. You're going to be looking like someone in a reverse boosted lobby, honestly, sometimes. I think it goes without saying, but I will say it anyway. Shipment is basically for people going for camos or challenges, right? If you're playing Shipment just for the fun of it, I really don't know what to tell you, man. Like, even if you're a viewer of mine, even if you like the channel or whatever, I don't know what to tell you. You got to get checked out, okay? I just don't understand how you can find Shipment fun when you have nothing to go for in it, right? If you have nothing to gain playing Shipment, whether you're a streamer, a content creator, you know, whether you're going for camos or whatever, in my opinion, there's got to be some reason why you're doing it. Because for the main purpose of just Shipment is just pure chaos. You're not going to do well most of the times. Maybe if you camp really hard or something like that. In Vanguard Shipment, there is like a more elevation, like there was in Modern Warfare, right? Or Modern Delusion, sorry. There was some in Modern Delusion, but unfortunately, there was, I guess, enough cover to kind of hide here and there. But in Vanguard, I guess keeping with the theme, they really want to have this destructible environment theme going for them. And so for that reason, they have like the elevation up there, but you can shoot through it. So it's interesting. There's more ways to go up and there's more places to be up, but you can get shot way easier, which is a fair trade-off in my opinion. So that's my early thoughts on Shipment. I don't think it's terrible. I do like that the way the barrels or whatever are angled so that you can't see right through to another spawn point. You have to like physically walk through or sprint through to be able to see the other side. That's a good change from Modern Delusion, because Modern Delusion, just as the name says, they were delusional in many of their game design choices, and the fans of that game are also delusional. So that's my thoughts on Shipment. Let's talk about Vanguard in general. Is it getting better? Is it not? What are the main critiques with it? Personally, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm still really enjoying this game. Whether it be Shipment, whether it be DOS House, whether it be whatever playlist, even Search and Destroy, most of these game modes, most of these games and, you know, playlists, I guess, are fun in my opinion. They are fun. They're filled with people who are moving predominantly, you know, not to say that there's no campers, but most of the people are moving, running around. You know, maybe there's some snipers that are annoying or something, but there's glint, there's ways to counter it, right? I think the perks are in a pretty good spot right now. I'm not sure about Ninja and Flak Jacket being together. It's kind of hard to pick sometimes, but I guess that is a good trade-off. So I guess ultimately that is good game design. I think in terms of maps, I do like them mostly. There's a few that are like iffy with me, you know, like Subpens, sometimes Berlin, you know, Demyansk, sometimes I'll just like, nah, I don't know if I'm feeling those maps, but most of the maps are pretty playable. And again, I'm really happy, I'm really thankful that Sledgehammer, my balls, ended up giving us, you know, actual content at launch, you know, actual 16 maps plus Shipment. Like, thank you so much for doing that, instead of Modern Delusion and Treyarch just feeding us what, half of that and calling it a day. Oh man. In terms of guns, I still think, unfortunately, shotguns, especially on small maps, you know, your DOS House, your Shipment, things like that, they're very just busted broken. I know they just got nerfed. I think Gung Ho was nerfed for the shotguns, and they also said, you know, Sledgehammer tweeted that they were going to nerf the shotguns, and they still haven't yet at the time of making this video. I don't know if that was a troll or whatever, but currently I do think that the shotguns are way too strong. I'm not a game developer or a designer or whatever, so I can't really tell you what they should be. Maybe like less one-hit potential, but then again, shotguns are difficult to balance, right? Because if you make it weak, then no one's going to run it. People are going to complain, especially when you're doing your camo challenges. But if you make it too strong, then everyone's going to complain. Everyone's going to run around with it. So it's really tough to balance shotguns. I think Black Ops 2 was a little like overpowered, and then Black Ops 3 is probably like a little underpowered. There's a give and take. You're not going to please everyone every single time. In terms of just a general feel for the game though, I still think it's just very fun. It reminds me of Modern Warfare, but you can move, you can have fun. The maps aren't terrible. It's basically what I wanted from Modern Warfare. Personally, I don't really mind the World War II setting. I know I see a lot of people in the comments on Twitter, things like that. They're just like, oh man, another World War II title. I can't take these guns again. Like, we've seen this. And to me, it doesn't matter. I don't understand why that kind of thing matters. Like Bobby Billionaire, he could design a game with, I don't know, like pencils or something like that. As long as it's fun, as long as it's, replicating the Call of Duty formula enough to my liking, which is essentially 3-lane maps, generally small maps, good pacing, and good streaks. That's essentially all I really need. Other things are nice, like, weapon balancing and perks and things like that. But like, if I'm going for camos, if I'm trying to do well or whatever, like I can usually do well. Sometimes you're going to get a tough lobby, and obviously because it's skill based, but you're going to just either back out or the next game's going to be probably better. I also see a lot of people talking about packet bursts in this game, and while I get some here and there, I'm not going to lie, but it's not a huge issue for me. There was one game I remember playing specifically where I ended up like not being able to move, like I would just stutter across the map, things like that. But the thing is, that's literally been in every single Call of Duty since like the beginning of time. And honestly, it's probably been worse since the beginning of time because of how bad, lag compensation was back in like Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3. People were skipping around back then. It's not a new concept. I really don't get why people are, complaining the entire time. Like, yes, internet's probably better nowadays. I think they're on dedicated servers. Like, I'm pretty sure things like that shouldn't be happening. But at the same time, it's a launch. This game is like 2 weeks old. I get that, it should be a finished product. And I guess sometimes that's asking for too much in the gaming realm these days. But it's like, give it time. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of like little things to just suddenly come out the gate and just be like, this is terrible, this is terrible, this is terrible. Like, it's good to point out the flaws, but like, we also gotta kind of appreciate here, we can move in this game. There's a lot of content in this game. A lot of the guns are mostly balanced, except for like the SGG with Vital, but that got nerfed. They fixed that. I don't really, like, I'm not afraid of weapon nerfs or whatever, like things that aren't nerfed, unless it's been like, I don't know, months and months without, nerf and everyone's talking about it. That's like the only time I'm afraid of it, because it means that, they're really falling on deaf ears. But ever since like Warzone came out, I feel like, devs have been way more attentive towards weapon balancing, and they're not afraid to, touch things and shake things up pretty often. Is it as often as you or I would like? Maybe not, but they are kind of on top of things, and you can't hate on them for that. So I don't know, man. I just want to give you guys my thoughts on Vanguard after like 2 weeks or so. I'll kind of give my thoughts on Shipment as well. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Go ahead and leave in the comment section down below what you think about Vanguard so far. I get a lot of comments saying like, oh, it's better than I thought. But I also get a lot of comments saying the packet burst, the skill base makes it unplayable. So I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say about it in the comment section down below. I may not be able to upload the upcoming few days. I think I'll be gone a little bit. So yeah, I'll come back and give you guys some uploads afterwards. But thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys have a great rest of the day. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and peace.